What is up with y'all, man? It's Crunch Time TV, man. It is Sunday, so it's relaxation day. I just want to ask a question to you guys, especially to LeBron James fans. I just want to let y'all know some of the things that be on my mind because people be always asking me why do I even feel a certain way about LeBron? Why don't I think he's the best? And the answer is he just never proven it to me. I never looked at him and just thought that he was the best player. And she low key. I never looked at him as, you feel me, the best player that I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying to you? Uh, Out of all the times that I've been watching the league, it was never a time I looked at him and thought he was the best player. Now, even when Derrick Rose was coming up, I thought Derrick Rose he was my next favorite player. He was the best player in the league to me, and then he got hurt. So but the question that I'm trying, my bad. The question I want to ask y'all, man, is when did LeBron prove to y'all that he's the best player that you've ever seen? Um, and I want to ask this question about the picture you see on your screen because a lot of people say that 2016, that championship, kind of did it for him and proved it that he's either one or two and he's better than Kobe and stuff like that. And I just when I watched that finals, I didn't think I I still like I don't see how he proved it. And I got a couple reasons. One of the reasons is because I be getting into debates about Kyrie Irving a lot when it comes to Stephen Curry, and I talk about how he played great defense on Stephen Curry and locked Stephen Curry up that finals and held him to 23 points a game. And the people would tell me, "Oh, well, that's because Stephen Curry was injured. He was hurt." Well, I mean, so then the question is, if Stephen Curry was hurt, well, then how does that championship prove LeBron is the GOAT? If the best player on the team that he's playing against is hurt, and not only is he hurt, he's getting outplayed by by your teammate. You know what I'm saying? So all of that cushion you have going towards your team, how does that prove anything? And then on top of that, there's only one championship in Cleveland. Like, do y'all realize that the 2016 ring is just one championship? And so even if you was to look at that, so now when you look at it from that perspective, look at the other two rings he had in Miami, those was on a super team. So that makes you the greatest? I mean, I'm just asking. And then the championships that he won, you see him struggling to close it out, which shows that if he didn't have the guys that he had with him to actually bring it home, he wouldn't even have won the titles. Go back and look at the last winding down minutes of Game 7 in 2016. LeBron literally missed 3 straight field goals to where they gave him the ball and said make something happen. He couldn't make nothing happen. He couldn't score on Steph, couldn't score on Iggy, nobody. As soon as you give it to Kyrie, he got a bucket. As soon as you give it to him. So now you have to ask yourself, what if they just gave it to Kyrie over and over down the stretch like when they was giving it to LeBron? So what do you think Kyrie's thinking? Like, damn, like, yo, give me the ball. As soon as you give it to me, I score, we win. Same thing in 2013. Go back and look at Game 6. LeBron James was about to lose the game. The Miami Heat was about to lose. And they kept giving LeBron James the ball. Matter of fact, we're gonna do a breakdown on that one video because I actually seen all this stuff live. I've seen him struggle to go ahead and close out a game and shoot an air ball floater and try to look at Chris Bosh and blame it on him. He tried to look at his team and put his hands up and blame it on. I straight remember that. So he misses that. Then he misses the 3-pointer. Then he got another rebound and they give him the 3-pointer back. So they letting the Miami Heat get all these rebounds so the Miami Heat can you know what I'm saying, be able to win the game. It's just pitiful, dog. You have to go through all of this just to get a simple championship every time. Then you go to the bubble. All of this has to happen for you to get a championship. I've never seen nothing like it, bro. Not only that, they always talk about how LeBron James leads both teams in every category, right? And assists and all of that, but they don't ever want to talk about how he leads both teams in turnovers. LeBron James always leading the whole NBA Finals in turnovers. He's done it like 5, 6, 7 times. Probably more than that. So you leading both teams in every category, and I've been trying to tell y'all over and over that is a bad style of play. And then you go to look at it, and the man got the most turnovers on the court. So what's the whole point in glazing it if the assist to turnover ratio is like that? It just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense whatsoever, man. So they have to leave out details and kind of spin the truth and make it seem like, yeah, man, he got to do all this because his team is bad, but he got the highest payroll in the league. But he got to do all this because his team is not all that. And it's heartbreaking that they have done this. Because when you look at stuff like this, man, Kyrie Irving, dog, now everybody actually starting to see that, he is in the conversation for the most skilled player of all time. So now they're looking like, dang, maybe you have to ask yourself, why do you think their Cavs are able to win? They have the most skilled player in history on the court. They didn't win by LeBron doing all the work. If you watch the finals, you know that is just absolutely just not what happened. The series turned around when they started playing through Kyrie Irving. Point blank. And that's just the common, simple truth. If an alien came down here and watched that series, that's what he'll tell you. You teach an alien how to speak English, right? And they never seen nothing before on Earth, and they watched the 2016 finals. He's gonna tell you the series turned around when they started playing through Kyrie Irving. Because you don't need to put no narratives. He's not gonna be a part of no fanboy club who'll be making up narratives. They literally had to make up narratives and angles of arguments and stuff just to make this man be in the GOAT conversation. I'm not finna do it. In game 5, when he was down 3-1, Kyrie started taking over. They started playing through him. He led the way in game 5, and then LeBron followed suit, and he also followed up with his 41. But if you actually watch the game, you know that Kyrie was getting all the buckets they needed at the right times, holding them off from coming back. And then LeBron was turning it on with him. LeBron said this in a post-game interview. The game after that, they blew the Warriors out. So yes, LeBron James had 40 points that game. You know what I'm saying to you? I think Kyrie had like 26, 30 something? He might have had 30 something that game. So they blew the Warriors out. Right? So you get 40, so you get 40, your teammate get 30. You know what I mean? Then you go back to game 7, and Kyrie Irving has the most field goals on the team. So in game 7, Kyrie Irving was more efficient than LeBron, and he had more field goals. So game 5, 6, and 7, ask yourself who really played better. Ask yourself that. Like, who actually played better and did the most riskiest plays and actually really was doing the difficult plays, timely baskets, closing the game out, breaking down the defense, which is something that you need to do in the NBA Finals to be able to slow the game down and break the defense down. Who hit the game-winning shot? Who got the ball after that? Dribble full court, full speed. Derrick Rose, De'Aaron Fox type of speed. Remember when Kyrie dribbled full speed, full court, and then pass amazing pass to LeBron James so he can go to the free throw line? So they ain't gonna talk about how he set up LeBron, so how he had to score and then he had to do that, bring the ball down and dribble full court and pass it to LeBron. But if that was LeBron, they would be like, yeah, LeBron doing everything. You know what I'm saying? So Kyrie had to do that. LeBron clanks the free throw. Then the second one rattles in. And they say he closed the game out. It's sadness. To me, though, it's sad, though. Because you're supposed to be my mans, right? But afterwards, you go to the, You set up your TV show called The Shop, and now you're gonna take all the credit. Oh yeah, that made me the greatest. So Kyrie Irving making that shot made you the greatest player ever. Mm-mm. So what does that make Kyrie? Mm-mm. And do you calling him the most skilled player of all time now? Why don't you say that then? See, if LeBron says this then, at that time when he wins, now Kyrie can capture all of the credit that he deserves. But you're gonna wait till almost 10 years later to finally admit that he is the most skilled player of all time. You let them bash his name. You let them bash his name all these years, right? Now when somebody else say it, you chime in and say it. Right? Shout out to Christian Butler 8 in the comments. He said they will never give Kyrie his proper credit. Yeah, now everybody's saying that he the most skilled player ever, right? But they wasn't saying all of this all these years when they was saying, "Oh, what is he doing without LeBron?" Or why can't he do this? Or why can't he win in Boston? Or why are they better without? Now everybody loves to say that. Everybody like to follow these trends. Kyrie been able to hit left-handed shots since he was in Cleveland. He was hitting left-handed shots in the finals in Cleveland. Anybody say he was the most skilled player then? Which I've been saying this for a minute. Shout out Mari if you're listening. How long we been saying this? Hold on. That just reminded me. Mari most definitely just called me yesterday the other day when I was at work. I gotta hit my man Mari back. I remember we was at a meeting and Mari called me. But yo, Mari, if you listening, how long we been saying it? We've been saying it for years. Oh no, Mari, you crazy. Crunch, Mari and Crunch, man, y'all crazy, dog. That 2K taught us something. But yeah, we've been saying this. Way before I even started this. He said they want to rewrite history like as if the people wasn't watching. That's what I can't respect. These guys act like we wasn't watching it. So you got to make a narrative on TV. Oh yeah, he left from Miami, went back to Cleveland, and bought them a ring, first in franchise history. It's always had to be a storyline. You can't never talk about what he did in a moment and his game. Every time you talk about that, they say you a hater. But when somebody does do it, you don't even get him the credit. Kyrie was on some Jordan, Kobe type of stuff. That's why I really look at Kyrie in that type of field, man. Like that type of realm. It take a lot of guts to do the stuff that Kyrie be doing. And he got all the excitement you need. It's just he plays a point guard. He a shorter version. And we didn't even see what it would have looked like if he would have had his own team for his whole career. LeBron couldn't even let him do that. He couldn't even let him do that. He didn't want to play against that. So, Larry Bird just came out and said, yeah, man, Jokic, I would have loved to play against him. He's good. He ain't say I would have loved to play with him. What's the point of playing with him? If I'm going to play with you, what's the point of us playing if we already know we're going to win? If you're teaming up with somebody knowing that you can win with him, what's the point in playing? Because you're not competing. LeBron James is the type that used to say this in the Team USA on the Redeem documentary. Oh, yeah, if I had so-and-so on my team, I'll win a championship. So then he made it his mission to get so-and-so on his team. So you're not competing no more. I want to see if I'm good enough to beat you. That's the whole thrill of it. That's the whole reason why I'm going hours to the court when it's even when it's kind of raining or cold outside, because I got to work on my jumper so that I can use that when I'm playing against you. Then I can talk trash to you and say I'm better because I practiced and worked on something so I can beat you. Versus me and you team up, right, and play against guys that's not on even one of our level. What are we proving? What are we doing? And if you somebody that say, oh, what's wrong with that? Some people just like to win. Okay, that's cool, but you can't have it both ways. You can't do that and say, all right, well, that made me the best ever now. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you ain't even doing it on the court, you ain't showing it. You ain't proving it. You ain't even really doing it in the same fashion that these guys are doing it in, Jordan and Kobe and stuff like that. You just on the team. You letting the other guys that you teaming up with, you letting them close it out every time. You know what I'm saying to you? Now, I do give LeBron credit. He had that shot against the Chicago Bulls when Kyrie was on the team. He had that game winner, but the series wasn't over at that point, was it? series wasn't over. So listen, man, you're looking at a resume that has been literally just hyped up, and it just is what it is, man. You know, it's not even nothing personal. I never was on a train because, like I said, he was never really my favorite. It's not that I didn't like him; he just wasn't my favorite. The same way somebody like James Harden isn't necessarily my favorite player. But yeah, he's nice. Yeah, yeah, James Harden nice. That's how I always been about LeBron. But the only thing with Harden is he's more so my favorite because I was never like an athletic player. I'm a skilled player, so I had to study his game a little bit. But yeah, LeBron is not somebody that I was going to study his game. I mean, he's a power forward type of player. When I was growing up, I mean, you know, I'm looking at it. I mean, I can't really use what he's doing. So I never really got attached to LeBron like that. I got attached to guys like Kobe and then D Rose. I like his game. You know what I'm saying? I try to emulate some of his game, his layups and stuff, his little in and out crosses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie, uh, KD, a little bit back in the day. These are my guys. So when they started saying LeBron is the greatest ever, I didn't really know what to think of it. I mean, you know, I guess he does got the stats and stuff like that. I figured he'd be that one day, but they just started putting him past Kobe, and he didn't prove it to me. So it's not that I'm hating on him. It's just I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Especially when I was already a Kyrie fan before he teamed up with LeBron James. So I'm watching Kyrie from start to finish, and all I seen was him get better every year. And I don't think that had nothing to do with LeBron James. I seen him close out the NBA Finals, and that ain't had nothing to do with LeBron James. You see him in the back right corner. That ain't got nothing to do with LeBron. So how you rivals with Stephen Curry, but Kyrie is the one that got to outplay Kyrie. Steph is Kyrie's matchup. You feel what I'm saying to you? Oh yeah, it's getting ugly. It's definitely getting ugly, dog. I would drop the link, but I don't know if I can drop the link because I'm on a break right now. I gotta clock back in soon. But when I get home, we can go right back to it. But like I said, man, it's like he's not. I don't see when he proved it to me. I just don't remember it. And it's not even that, and then people, that's why people got to understand, like, when people say Ray Allen saved his legacy, it's like, okay, cool, maybe LeBron still would have been nice after that, and maybe would have had more finals runs after that, but it just like that is a vital championship. He don't get that one, and he would have only had that one against KD and them, because they lost to the Spurs again in 2014. You said Braun stole that marquee matchup between Kyrie and he stole the rivalry. Bro, Kyrie and Steph was already kind of rivals in the league before that, when it was Uncle Drew and Steph was coming up. He was like, damn, who you think better? You think Kyrie better or you think Steph better? That's what guys were saying. Between the point guards, and you had the John Wall and, you know what I'm saying, the Russell Westbrook guys that like those type of point guards. It was a whole new generation. All of a sudden, LeBron, how you the next generation? How you a rival with somebody from the next generation? It just don't make sense. His matchup was Harrison Barnes. So all these LeBron James fans want to talk about, oh well, Jordan ain't had no matchup at his position. Well, who was at LeBron position? Harrison Barnes. That means Kyrie had a better matchup. Kyrie Irving better than LeBron James, bro. I mean, let's just call it what it is, dog. So yeah, Gilbert Arenas been on some weird time. Yo, he just been on some weird time. This man LeBron, I'm not a power forward. I can't study LeBron game. Yo, shout out to Julius in the comments, man. He ready put something together, dog. You know what I'm saying? Big Drew been cooking up on the TikTok. So we got Chris Yancey, we got Big Drew in the comments, man. We be running TikTok. You know what I'm saying? That's why they gotta keep banning us. We probably the only three that keep getting banned. You know what I'm saying to you, dog. But it's just, bro, like, y'all man LeBron so up and down. But then you got the times when he be playing good, and that's what I want to see every time. I want to see that every night. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it every single night. I want to see it every time when it's time to do it. And it's not even, you know what it is? It's not even that LeBron not that good. It's just that I don't like how his fans make it seem like his teammate ain't that good. I just feel like every LeBron James fan should have Kyrie Irving as the number one point guard, top 3 point guard. You should have him over Steph and all that. LeBron James fans hating on his own team. And he did some stuff like this. He outplayed Stephen Curry like that. LeBron James fans, man. Shicey people, dog. Shicey people, dog. You know what I'm saying? You see that? Oh, dang, this man looking inside my car, seeing what I'm doing. Come on, man. You ain't gotta see this. You ain't gotta see what I'm doing. I gotta get tinted. But at the end of the day, man, he said Norris Cole and Rashad McCants got in an argument. McCants said he'd rather have Trae Young over Kyrie. Oh my gosh, yo. Come on now. Ooh. Kyrie Irving's so tough. LeBron straight up stole his matchup, his rivalry. You had the whole Kyrie and Steph rivalry going on. They came in the league around the same time. They was on a FIBA camp, the little FIBA tournament together. Kyrie got the MVP of that. Kyrie was the All-Star Game MVP the season before. But at the same time, you had Stephen Curry, who was in a tougher conference. You feel what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, Stephen Curry already was looking like the best shooter in the league. Already was dropping 50 in MSG. And then you had Kyrie dropping 40 or whatever it was in MSG. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You had Steph and Kyrie fans. Then all of a sudden, LeBron go back to Cleveland. You know, it goes to the finals and Kyrie get hurt. Remember, the main thing that happened, right, was Kyrie getting hurt the first year in the finals. It made when LeBron was left out there, all the LeBron James fans, that was their time to start complaining. That was a cue for them to start complaining. If that didn't happen, it would have never really been a discussion because Kyrie would have always been having to close them out. Just like he was doing that whole season when they first teamed up. Anyway, look at when they first teamed up during that season. Kyrie was going crazy that season. If you look at his highlights, 2014, 2015. Then he got hurt. Then the next season after that, he had to rehab and come back. So when he came back and outplayed Steph, nobody's really looking at it like that. They looking at it like, oh, LeBron finally got some help now. You know what I'm saying? Narrative. You said Bron had his matchup with KD in 2017. Facts. That's why I think the Warriors pretty much evened it up. Like, all right, man, Steph, you already dealing with Kyrie. What are we going to do about LeBron, man? You're going to have to upgrade his position. Because remember, his matchup was Harrison Barnes. So you can just dominate him. It's going to look like you killing. But when KD come over and you got to actually play up and play defense, and he averaged 35, everybody going to make it seem like, yeah, well, I mean, it's just unfair. What I'm supposed to do, man? What you talking about? You supposed to be able to throw somebody off or something. Y'all act like the Warriors, like even if they is a good team, y'all act like you can't make a team play bad by playing good defense. Like you can make a team have a bad game. You know, it's simple. Saying to you, dog. You say we can't help Katie on the floor though. I'm saying though, but LeBron's supposed to be able to lock that up. Well, I wouldn't say lock it up, but by you gotta remember you're gonna be good because Kyrie is gonna cook Steph. Kyrie gonna put his 35 on Steph's head. It's I think that 2017 one though. I think that one just came down to like closing it out. I think they should have just let Kyrie close it out every time. You just get a ball to Kyrie in the fourth quarter over and over, dog, over and over. Because LeBron, if you slashing, like if Kyrie start to get a little double teams off of that, like all right, they throw a lot of help at him. LeBron can come slashing and they can't handle him coming through. He can just jam on somebody off of that or alley oop or something. LeBron was trying to get ISO type of buckets, and he didn't want. It's like he didn't want Kyrie to close it out. So that's why I think Kyrie want to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I mean, they helped each other out. It's just we have to question the narrative that they put out about his legacy, man. When you really look at it like this, now you open it up and look at it like that. I mean, bro, he's really no different than, it's not like, as far as resume wise, he's no different than other guys that we seen, like Kareem or something. But I got him over Kareem because I think he's better than Kareem. But they make it seem like he just did stuff that nobody else did. And I just don't believe that one. Oh, matter of fact, my bad. You're right. Nobody ever went to Disney World and got a championship. My bad. Nobody ever did that. You said I got Luka as Kyrie's best teammate. Yeah, you look. I mean, because Luka younger for real. He in his prime, more closer to his prime. You know. Then the whole thing about LeBron James. I mean, yeah, but he banned me till next week or till a couple days. Then he went to Miami the first time, and D Wade already had a ring there. So you feel as though you can prove that you. How does that prove? Like, even those two didn't prove nothing. The Miami rings didn't really prove nothing to me. It didn't prove like, all right, he is the best. You can win a championship and not be the best. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have the best team. So I don't know, man. I got to think about this, man. I'm looking at guys like Wilt Chamberlain. Looking at guys like Wilt Chamberlain, like, why can't we? What's wrong? What's stopping me from putting? What's stopping me from putting those two in the same category, on the same tier? I mean, Wilt Chamberlain. Look at look at LeBron James before Miami. Look at Wilt Chamberlain first 7 years. I mean, you want to do that? So for everybody saying no way, I mean, is that what we doing? Because because whole times after that, Wilt Chamberlain, soon as he teamed up with Jerry West, I mean, that's pretty much like LeBron having to team up with D Wade. It's only Wilt Chamberlain retired earlier. If he'd have stayed longer, it would have kept playing with the new generation. Oh, let me play with Kareem. Like, you going to team up with the next generation superstars, you can do the same thing. Nobody does that. Then you're not even going to take a step back, so you're going to keep getting the same numbers. So Tim Duncan looking at it like, oh, if I'd have just did that. See, the thing LeBron fans don't understand is a lot of the superstars in the past, when they numbers started to decline, a lot of that was on purpose. Like, they would make the sacrifice just because they teamed up with new guys that was up and coming. If you going to team up with new guys and still try to be the first option, it doesn't make sense. But LeBron James being so good, it still will get them to the finals. You know what I'm saying to you? But like I said, man, it is what it is, dog. Y'all be easy, man. I'm about to go back in, put this work in. You just gotta think about these things that they put out to you, man. What is your true? Who are the greatest players that you have seen that prove something to you? And that's how you start to come up with your own top five, your own way of looking at it. Maybe LeBron is still in it. You know, maybe he's still in mine. Uh, you know what I'm saying to you. But at the end of the day, I just know that the narrative that they tell us on the reason is why that they put him there, all of it is false. All of it. So right now it's between him and Wilt Chamberlain. Because Wilt Chamberlain, I believe, had a better peak, but LeBron James has more longevity. So do you go with peak or longevity? You know what I'm saying to you, dog? That's the question. And on the next episode, we will address where I'm at with that.